Russian air forces have destroyed over 470 terrorist targets in Syria over the past weekend. According to the Defence Ministry, Russian pilots carried out 141 missions, marking a significant increase in bombing activity. The airstrikes were carried out across the majority of Syria, with ISIL oil refineries and convoys heavily targeted. Some of them were hit by long-range strategic bombers, while others were destroyed by cruise missiles launched from the Caspian Sea. Terrorists have been losing ground after government forces fought back both Islamic State and al-Nusra extremists in the Aleppo region. However, the war continues to take a toll on civilians as many homes have been destroyed by the conflict. RT's Lizzie Phelan reports now from Aleppo.
Part of this Aleppo neighbourhood is under the control of anti-government militants, including al-Qaeda's branch in Syria, Jabhat al-Nusra. This area is under the control of the Syrian army. Just less than 100 metres or so to my right is the front line. Now, as you can see, most of the buildings in this area, if not completely reduced to rubble, have been partially destroyed, but many people are still living in their partially destroyed homes. We've come to meet some of them.
When Abdu moved his family of 6 into his home before the war, it had 4 walls. But that changed in 2012 when the Free Syrian Army briefly took control of his block.
When they left, he says that they planted explosives throughout the buildings, which partially destroyed his house. One of these rooms, as you can see, is like completely destroyed. If we took a couple of steps more, we'd be taking a drop of about 6 flights.
Downstairs, Hamida moved into this crumbling apartment after her former home was levelled, a neighbourhood taken over by people that she describes as terrorists.
When they knocked on the door, if we wouldn't open it, they would kick it in. They would make us keep their ammunition, and if we wouldn't agree, they would kick us out and take our homes. They would tell us our home is now a military headquarters. They're swindlers and barbarians.
So Hamid is pointing out the cracks in the walls, which are caused when militants, they fire rockets towards this area. Hamida, you can't feel this on the camera, but she has extremely cold hands because there's nothing to keep heat in this house. There's 2 completely destroyed rooms out here on the balcony behind these clothes. You can see it's just a piece of fabric that separates outside from the house. So there's water on the floor now. Water comes in, the cold, and winter is coming.
And as the winter sets in, this has become a common sight in the streets of Salahuddin, people cutting firewood to heat their homes. Since power plants were taken over by militants, including Islamic State, the city has been left with just 1 hour of electricity a day. Last month, US strikes on those plants caused a blackout across Aleppo, dealing yet another blow to these residents' hopes of light and warmth returning to their neighbourhood. Lizzie Phelan, RT, Aleppo.